Hello, my name is Alice, and this is my CIS 150 personal reflection presentation. This is an ethics class, which has been a new experience for me, as one of the first topics that we covered pretty early on was the different types of hackers, and I didn't realize how many there were exactly. I had only heard of the standard white, black, and gray hat hackers. There are also many more types of colored hat hackers as well, like red hats, which attack black hats, blue hats, which are hired by a business to test products before they're released, and the newbie green hackers. And there are many, many more past that as well. But there are other hackers that are like hacktivists or cyber terrorists or cyber criminals. Hacktivists are usually pushing a message or a political agenda, while cyber terrorists are there to incite violence or create riots throughout wherever they want. While a cybercriminal usually is more quiet in nature, where they are just seeking profit by stealing or gathering information where they can. Recently, I've learned a lot more about hacking and cybersecurity than I expected from both this class and online, but it's just been everywhere recently. Another topic that's been covered was government interference on internet. Questions such as, can the government regulate internet? Well, not exactly. It depends. The internet, as an entity, is international, meaning there isn't anything that isn't allowed to be on it. However, that doesn't mean that the government can't restrict access to things that it doesn't that it seems that it deems unworthy or dangerous. Most countries have limits to what is allowed on the internet, either depicting illegal acts or just obscene content. But an extreme example of this is North Korea, which have a very restricted internet access. It's a network that was developed in North Korea, and if a citizen is caught using the restricted parts of the internet, it is punishable by up to death, which is completely wild to me. Another thing you must remember is that many online services are private organizations. Look at Facebook, Twitter, MySpace. Uh, they all have privacy policies which dictate what and what cannot be on there. And that brings up the question of censorship versus free speech. Elon Musk bought Twitter for this argument because he felt as what he was saying was being censored, which was interesting. But it was quite interesting the fact that he then went and undermined all of this free speech advocacy, how Twitter should be a politically neutral platform, by introducing algorithms that contradict this quite greatly, and it has been proven. We also went over some other cybersecurity topics, such as just cybersecurity and the different types of cybersecurity attacks. Those who are less tech savvy, typically older generations, fall victim to a variety of attacks. You got the standard phishing, which is those scam text, email, or phone calls that just want you to either give them money or click on a link. There are also different malware where if you download the wrong files, it could do severe damage to whatever device you're using. Usually they come in Trojan horses, which are files designed to look like something else, but in fact contain very dangerous programs. There's also a common internet attack called a DDoS, which is a distributed denial of service attack, where it is a large amount of computers and systems all trying to access one place at one time, and it creates effectively a traffic jam, not allowing anyone access to the website that they're trying to get to. As it comes to cybersecurity, one of my favorite things to teach is the importance of social engineering attacks, like phishing attacks and potential Trojan downloads due to these phishing attacks. But one of my favorite that isn't talked about very often and isn't utilized too often is watering hole attacks. Attackers can go to where people from an organization or business go for lunch or after work and just gather information. But they can also, with new technology, they can create copies of things like badges or key cards to get access to a building that the employees that they are employees of. But yeah, this class has been fun. It's an ethics-based class, which I've never had before. It's a very opinionated class, and I like seeing other people's takes and morals when it comes to certain topics. Discussion topics like the "What would you do" prompts, which are really fun because they almost feel like interview questions, which is a lot of fun. I'm personally just trying to see what's going to be next for this class.